Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us today at the 28th edition of Thrive with Babs. Thrive with Babs is an initiative of Thrivers Academy. That's our training and capacity development arm at TRW Consult. And we've been having this success and life sharing session that is tagged Thrive with Babs. Today's edition is the 28th edition of that sharing and learning session. And I'm glad to have you guys here today. Nice to see some of the old faces that we've had in different shades of Thrive with Babs. And then, I think a couple of new faces also joining us today. So today, what we are going to be discussing, we started a series last month, which we tagged Road to Wealth. Road to Wealth. And the first topic we considered for our Road to Wealth series is how to start from nothing. You know, it's easy to start from something, but you see that most times in life, most of us or some of us have to start when we don't even have anything at all, nothing to our name, no fat account balance in our bank accounts. And, we have very little to say, okay, to call our own. And yet we want to become wealthy, we want to become rich, we want to become prosperous. So how do we start when we have nothing? How do we start from level zero? And that is what we started discussing last month. And we'll be concluding how to start from nothing today before we now look at another topic next month in our Road to Wealth series. So for Thrive, as I said, this is the 28th edition of Thrive with Babs, a monthly interactive session, though we stop at some point before we also now resumed maybe like last year. And then we've been going on and we've not, thankfully, COVID forced our hands to now start to consider a virtual meeting space rather than the physical one we've been doing before. And these are some of the topics that we've discussed during the Thrive sessions that we've had across the years. We started, I think, in 2016 or thereabout. And, these are some of the topics that we've had to discuss during the Thrive sessions. Then, so that I can save time, just a little bit of background for those of us who have been coming, you already are familiar with this, why we actually, some of the references that we use for Thrive, we most of the times recalls to the Holy Bible. We also use copious quotes from experts, from people who are authorities in their field. And we also use some of my own personal musing as well. And some of the sessions that we shared at Thrive, actually also, they were drawn from my own personal experience, my personal failures, my personal learnings, my personal meditations that I share with people that I have opportunity to speak to. Talking about the last session, I mentioned that we started this how to start from nothing last month. And this is just a recap of some of the things that we discussed during that session. We looked at some provoking questions about money and about wealth. We asked, why do you want to have money? Why do you want to become wealthy? And it's easy for us to just desire or to want or to wish wealth and not really know why we really want what we want. And I believe some of us that were here last month, in answering those questions, it will have helped you to crystallize your thinking to further articulate your desire. This is why I want to be wealthy. This is why I want to be rich. This is why I want to be prosperous. So, because until you know the whys, you won't know how to go about doing the how, and then when, and then where. So why is very essential. All of us know what we want. Most of us, maybe we know what we want, but we don't know why we want those things. But asking why is one of the most powerful questions we can ask. And when we ask why and we start to probe ourselves, why sets our mental capacity or our intellectual aptitude on a long journey of probing, of questioning, of fact finding to justify what we really want to do. And the more we get answers to those, the better we are, the better we're able to now articulate how we should go about achieving them, when we should do what, where we should do what, with whom we should also seek assistance or do what with. And so we ask those thought-provoking questions about money and wealth. Then we also consider quite a lot of thoughts by experts on money and wealth. We actually started more or less like a review or a critique of a classic on wealth building or accumulation called The Richest Man in Babylon. That's the book that actually formed the basis of what we are discussing, what we discussed last time, and what we're also discussing in this concluding session of how to start from nothing. We looked at George Clason's thoughts about money, about wealth, about how we go about pursuing it. And then, so in summary, what we actually summarized, or maybe concluded last session, we decided that for you to be able to start from nothing, you need to be able to live on less than you earn. You've got to live on less than you earn. You can't afford to spend every money that comes to you. If you must be wealthy, if you must be prosperous, if you must be rich, if you have treasures, you cannot afford to spend everything that you earn. So we agreed about living on less than you earn. You've got to live on less than you earn. Then we must also be able to seek financial advice from experienced or competent people. Most people look for antidotes for riches from medical doctors. The medical doctor cannot give you the secrets to wealth. An engineer cannot give you the cure for diabetes. You've got to seek financial advice from competent people. We seek counsel. We go and seek financial counsel from pastors. Pastors were not ordained to give money or to help you to make money. Maybe they are ordained, or the imams, they were ordained or they were called to help you to prepare your spirit and soul so that you can meet your creator in a good and righteous state. So we need to seek solution from the right sources. That is one of the things we concluded last week. And then we have to, when you also make money, you have to ensure that money is working for you. Don't just work for money. Ensure that the money that you work for also works for you. Most of us, we will work for money the entirety of our life. That is a very sad situation. We are not supposed to work for money in perpetuity. Money, as we are working for money, and money is coming to us, we're supposed to make the money that is coming to us to work for us. Money is a slave. To the extent that we realize that, is to the extent that we'll be talking of financial freedom. Money is a slave. Money is your employee. Money is meant to work for you. Yes, you may have to put in some effort, some work, some labor in the process of accumulating it or acquiring it. But once you get it, it's supposed to be at your beck and call. It's supposed to get its directive from you, not it dictating to you what you should do. So we have to make sure that money works for you. And then we also talked about the 3 laws of wealth. The 3 laws of wealth, we talked about how do you acquire money. For you to be wealthy, you've got to know how to acquire money. It is very important, it's very fundamental. we need to know how do we acquire money. And now when we acquire money, we need to know how do we keep it. You'll be so shocked if any of us, if we do a random check, just ask yourself, just put your pen to paper, look at your account, look at all the money that has come to your account or has come to your hand in this past 8 months of 2023. You'll be shocked if you see how much it actually is. So the truth is that money is always coming to us. But as it's coming, it's also going because we are not able to keep it. So for you to be wealthy, for you to acquire wealth, you must not just learn how to make money, you must also learn how to keep money. In fact, one of my own meditations says that keeping is more important than getting. Most of us, we fairly know how to get what we want in life, but not all of us are able to keep what we get. Not all of us are able to keep what we get. We can easily just get, but how do we keep? And then, thirdly, once you're able to keep the money, you have to now make it work for you. Money is meant to work for you, not you slave for it all your life. And these are some of the these are the 3 laws of wealth as promulgated or propounded or promoted by George Clason, who is arguably one of the greatest minds in terms of wealth accumulation in the world. And after that, we also now did, we gave us a take home that we should go and read The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. How many of us took time to read that book? How many of us read The Richest Man in Babylon? Please, if you do, please share with us what you read from the book. How many of us? You have the floor, whoever wants to talk. Hello, you're trying to talk, but I can't hear what you're saying clearly. Who's talking? Sorry, I needed to go and put up my AC because it's making too much noise. Who wants to share with us what they read from George Clason's The Richest Man in Babylon among those who were here last week? Okay, Maxwell Shelley hasn't. Who was here last week and read the book among those who were here? Nobody. Okay, who has read the book before? Who has read the book before? Who has read The Richest Man in Babylon before among us here? And who wants to
I've read it before. I read that must be 2008 or thereabouts.
Okay, you want to share with us what you learned from the book? If you can still record it.
Yes, I can recall. Yes. Also, it talks about saving habits, making, like you said earlier, making money work for you. That money actually produce children that you have to make. Even the children of the money that's that the children that your money has produced, we have to make them work. You have to. It talks about investments. He also talks about he talks about a lot about savings and investments, and you have to also have a wealth mentality. That you don't have to work. For that you have to. So I think those are the things I can recall for now. I will have to get back to the book. It's a small book, but
yeah, it's small. It's a book you can finish in one day if you just within hours, 2-3 hours, you'll be done with it. If you're a fast reader. Thank you for that. Any other person who has read the book before and would like to share with us?
Yes, sir. I've read it too,
Okay,
but
thank you, Linus.
yeah,
Want to share with us?
a very long time ago. But one particular thing that that book teaches, like patience and dedication to working in order for the world to keep coming. And just as you said, that book teaches this attitude of not to begin spending from the very time you just begin to make, but rather always learn to live less than what you earn. If you want to live more than what you earn, you find out that you won't even have anything to save. And in saving, you have to be patient. And in between that book, find that there are some people that have learned through experience,
Yes.
knowing where to actually invest your money also matters.
Did you lose your voice? Okay, thank you, Linus, for that. I mean, we just adding to what Adekunle said. He also, gave us those very sound financial principles, financial knowledge that George Clason propounded in that his book, classic book, I would call it, The Richest Man in Babylon. So thank you for that. Also, we have to take home. One is to read The Richest Man in Babylon. Unfortunately, none of us who were here last week read the book. Then the second one is to start to save 1/10 of every income that you earn between that July 30th and today. Who can share with us if they actually did that, if they actually were able to save 1/10 of every income that came to them between that period, 30 days ago and now? Anybody? Anybody, please, who's willing to share? Who started saving 10% of your earning? Anyone? Did anyone do it? Is anyone willing to share?
I wasn't here, so
Okay. Okay. Is there anyone who is practicing this principle of saving at least 1/10 of the money that comes to you?
I tried at some points, but it wasn't easy.
Okay. Okay, I will share, because this session is not just for me to come and talk like God or come and talk like some professor. It's also for me to also practice some of these things we say. And that is the essence, really. That's actually the essence. I also practice it because all of us, I don't have enough. There's nobody that will tell you that they have enough money or they have enough riches or they have enough wealth. Everybody still wants to earn more. Money is something that is insatiable, because the rich always want to learn more, or they want to earn more. So, and because we said, okay, these are the take home, I also did my take home. But talking about so I want you all to ponder about this. And this is the reason why we have majority of people poor and very few people who are rich. Most of us would rather beg or slave or work or cheat for money rather than create a legitimate system that generates money. Think about that. Most people would rather beg for money, would rather work for money, which is not bad in itself, would rather slave for money or cheat for money rather than create a legitimate system that generates money. And when a system is the one that generates money, it's more than what we generate from hard labor, from slavery labor, from cheating, because cheating at some point the person will be caught and then the whole money can be confiscated, everything goes, or the person ends up with a bad name and then doesn't have any good whatever, which is anyone who will just be sniggering. Which money is he spending? Stolen money. But to create a system that generates money requires rigorous thinking, rigorous mental ability, mental processing. But most of us would rather use our limbs, our hands, our legs, our body to generate money rather than use our brain to generate it. And that is what usually distinguishes the rich from the poor, how they go about acquiring money. Please think about this. Very important. Very, very important. Speaking to the assignment, I also tried it myself. Normally I actually take note of what how I spend money anyway. I'm not such a loose spender. I try to, to have a name or a tag to everything I spend. And okay, and fortunately for me as well, fortunately, divine fortune, I in a way earn my money in three major currencies. I earn my money in naira, I earn money in dollars because I have a foothold in the UK and I have a foothold in the US. So I earn my money in naira, I earn money in dollars, and I earn money in pound sterling. And within that period, because I know that we would have the discussion, I was able to save 10%, mind you, from all the money that came to me in that past 1 month to this date. I was able to save the sum of 329 pounds and 15 pence, saving 10%. 10%. By saving 10%, I was able to save a sum of 329 pounds plus 15 pence. If you calculate that in naira, I just calculate that 329 times 1,417.25 kobo. That's one. So that's what gives you the naira equivalent. But it's not that whole money. It's not mine. It's 10%. For myself and my family, I was able to save from that money 129 pounds 15 pence. But because the company I head also has a foothold in the UK, TRW also has a UK operations and has an account, we're able to save 200 pence or 200 pounds, sorry. So 329 is both for me and my family, and not myself alone, because I'm the one also managing my family finances. I'm able to say, okay, this amount was saved for my wife, this one was saved for my children, this one for myself, this one's for the family, and this one for the company. And just practicing that principle alone, I was able to save 329 pounds. Then, in terms of dollar, practicing that, whatever, I was able to save $50, $50.18, just by saving 10%, $50.18, receiving 10%. Then in naira, I was able to save a total of 139,331 naira. Now, just like UK, is also not my entire money. There's one for myself, there was one for the business. So, but if I put all of them together, they amount to 139,331 kobo, 331 naira, sorry, in naira. That's why, because we discussed this principle, and I also need to put it to practice so I can put a figure. This is what I was able to save. If you start to do it consciously, you'll be amazed. That's why I said that if you just sit down, just look at, you'll not be able to recall everything maybe when you're writing it. But if you look at your bank account statement and you see how money flows in and out, you'll be shocked how much has actually passed through your account, passed through your hand in this past 8 months of the year. And also so that is the way it actually works. You have to be deliberate. If those who are not deliberate, will continue to struggle, will continue to languish, will continue to, and this money I said I saved, these are money that is not, it's not as if that is all, that just is money that come rain, come shine. If the overthrow government or the flood comes, I dare not touch this money. These are meant to be kept. They are not meant to be spent, because that is the way it works. Most of us, we are human, we are compassionate, we have, particularly Africans, we are very bad at that. We think if we cry enough, if we whine enough, if we beg enough, if we trouble somebody enough, if we disturb somebody enough, they will just give us, they will try to give us what we want, they will give us money. No, it doesn't work that way. The white don't think that way. And I think that's why it's not, I think they are better off, it's just their thinking that is a bit different from the way we operate. This money that I dare not touch, the one that belongs to the business, I dare not touch for my own personal need, and the business will not use it for its own personal need. In fact, I had to fight one of our vendors because I was looking at that money and the bill was due, and I said, "This guy has not done anything for us. We can't pay you." A white guy, I said, "We can't pay you. We can't pay you this month because you've not done anything." Because I was looking at what was remaining. If I pay this guy, that will eat into our savings. I don't want anything that will eat into that savings. So you've got to be very firm and very disciplined to be able to make money, or even keep money, or even increase money. You've got to be able to be logical, and if you keep a tab of what you're spending, it helps you to know what you should do. So today we are looking at the concluding part of how to start from nothing. How to start from nothing. And the step one, just like we have said, save. 4-letter words, but very powerful. And I'm glad that I have to share this with you guys, just by being deliberate. Normally, I would save some money, but not by being deliberate in terms of at least 10%. Taking note of all the money that comes to my hand, passes through my system, that to the business account or to my own personal account, deliberately saving it, saving at least 10%. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed how much money you will have if you practice this for like 6 months. 6 months. Give it a try. And that is the first. There are 7 principles we are going to look at here. Principle 1 is that you must save. Don't always think when you have needs, I have brother, I have sister, I have uncle, I have auntie, I have that would come. No, you can't afford to be working that way. You've got to be able to save. Always save at least 10% of your earnings. And then you must discipline yourself to live on the remaining 90%. Discipline, you close your eyes, you'll be shocked. You'll be thinking, it won't be enough. Try it. You will see that it will be enough. It will be more than enough, self. 90%. Just ensure that you don't spend more than 90% of your earnings. So as money is coming to you, if it's 10,000, 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. When you are spending, ensure that you only spend 9,000 on everything you have to spend money. That 1,000 is there. You just close your eyes to it. Close your eyes to it that you don't have money there again. Another 10,000 comes to you. Leave another one making 2,000. Close your eyes to those 2,000 and spend on what is remaining. You will be shocked how much money you will have saved up at the end of 6 months. Try it. So you've got to discipline yourself to live on the remaining 90% of whatever amount comes to you. See, this is something that this is one of the mysteries of money that I have seen. This second point, and it's my own personal, never let your bank account run to zero or to run on the minimum balance. Always let your savings accumulate on your minimum balance. Don't ever let your account run to zero. If the bank says what you must have there is 500, then is that 500 is there? Never ever do that. Why? Money attracts money, and emptiness drives money away. Money attracts money, but emptiness drives money away. So that's why I think the money attracts money. Money comes easily into the account where there's already money. There's no money in your account, money will run away from that account. It's not a cost, it's the truth. It's a strange mystery of money. It's a mystery. If there's no money in your account doesn't have some surplus, money will not flow easily to that account. But if there's money there, money attracts, it brings money, it brings more money. An empty account drives money away. Once your account is empty or is running on minimum balance, money will run from that account. In fact, I have to even now make a conscious whatever after this. Okay, what's it called? My account. I have different pocket of accounts in my Britain pounds account. That the minimum I can have in any of my all those accounts is £5. Once there's no £5 on that account, meanwhile you can have zero £0 there. Nobody would harass you. They don't even charge on all those crazy things on that we charge in Nigerian banks. But I think at least £5. And even yesterday or 2 days ago, I said that no, this £5 is too small. Now I must take it to £10. That none of my accounts will have nothing less than £10 on it. And that is the one that I don't put money at all. Money attracts money. An empty account drives money. It's a mystery of money. Try it and see. Once you start to build your savings, you will see that money will now start coming. It will start coming. I mean, you'll not be wondering where are this thing from. That's the way money works. Ensure that your account never runs on empty or on the minimum balance that the bank stipulates. Because if it's that minimum balance, that means you have zero in the account. Very important. Then step 2 or principle 2, work with a budget. Work with a budget. You must be disciplined. There's nobody who attains wealth or prosperity in the right way, not the Nigerian politicians' way, without financial or fiscal discipline. You must commit to the discipline of budget. Budget is something that has worked for me for as many years as I've lived or as I became aware of it. Every dime that comes, I have a name for it. So even I may have the money in the account, and because it has a purpose for which it is meant, if other things, no, because this money has already been allocated to something else, for me to now spend it on what is not being, that would be foolishness on my part. Because by the time what the money is now meant to be used for or to be spent on now comes, I will not be looking stupid. So ensure that you budget your expenditures from the remaining 90% that you have to cater to your necessities, to your needs, to the responsibilities. And know this, necessities, those are those very essential things, those very important things that are your necessities. You must pay for them. For your electricity, you have to pay your NEPA bill or whatever energy you consume. You have to pay your water bill. All those are necessities. You have to feed. Food is an essential. Water is essential. Clothing is more or less, it depends on what you need to do with clothing. And then you have to meet from that 90%, budget your spending in such a way that you budget for necessities first, and then your responsibilities. All of us have responsibilities We have dependents, people that depend on us. Maybe you're an employer of labor, you have to pay staff, you have to pay wages. You are a child, you have to support your parents. You are an uncle and auntie, you have to support your siblings or your wards. You are, you are a member of a religious group or an association. You have to pay your dues, you have to pay your tithe. Ensure that you budget firstly for your necessities, secondly for your responsibilities, before you now start to budget for your luxuries. And you can practice the other 70%, 70-30% rule or 80-20% rule with this financial management now. 70%, 30% means that you live on 70%. So the 30%, one goes to your savings, that's from the 30%. To another 10% goes to maybe those of you that pay tithe, that pay in mosque, that you support charity or you pay charity or you help people. 10% goes to that. Another 10% goes to your, maybe you have investment portfolio that you already have going, and then you are topping it with another 10%. That is the 70-30 rule. The 70 are the ones you use for your necessities and your responsibilities, while the 30% goes to your savings, your charity, and then your investment. And if it's 80-20 rule, that means you just do your savings. That savings, you must not touch it. You must not compromise it. Everyone is falling on, everyone is rising. Even if the dead wants to, that 10% must not be touched. That is where you can have any hope of building wealth. So you pay yourself first, which is the 10%, and then the next 10% which you pay to charity, you now spend on 80%. Whichever one works for you, but ensure that you budget. Then keep an eagle eye on all your spendings, and ensure you align that your spending align with your budget. I'm talking about charity. Now I was talking about how much I was able to save just practicing 10% between July 30th when we had the last drive and today. And also, I was talking about you can also budget for yourself, budget for charity, budget for investment. I was able to give or just say charity or whatever, and I also note that. And in terms of giving, I was able to give within that period £70 and 66 pence. And in dollars, I was able to give $104.39. And in naira, I was able to give 70,025 naira. So, and why? Because I took note of my spending. I follow budget. I know this is amount I can give. I can't give beyond this because other sum has a name. Every other money in my account has a name. Is either it's going to be spent now or it's going to be spent tomorrow or in the future or next week. So I can't let something else now come and just scatter it. No, if you look foolish, and that is where we Africans, that's the way we look at times when we have money issues, when we have money needs. We look stupid, like people who don't think, and it's not right. It's not right. You need to be fiscally disciplined. Let every money that comes to you have a name for every money, for every, even if it's in your account, this money is meant for this purpose. You can't spend everything. Even if the time for it to be spent is known, at least you know that you're going to spend on it next week, you're going to spend on it next month. Have it there. Then keep an eagle eye on all your spending. Keep an eagle eye on all your spending. Ensure that what you are spending is in alignment with the budget you have drawn. As I said, I work with budget a lot. You've got to budget. How can you even want to become wealthy if you don't know how to manage the money? It's the budgeting that helps you to manage money, to know which goes to where and which comes to who. Then principle 3, learn to invest. Learn to invest. Make your gold multiply. That's how George Clason said it. And I mean, oh, I think this is an enjambment here. Once your savings has accumulated to a sizable sum, remember, mind you, sizable sum, sizable, you can invest in a credible income generative venture portfolio. Don't say because I've saved 30,000 and somebody say, okay, come and do this one, and you get 60,000, you now take that 30,000. No, person, that is stupidity, that is foolishness. Most of us do it. Most of us do it. Ensure that that money build up. If your target is to save 10,000 every month, ensure that you have saved up to 120,000. You've covered that whole year cycle. Before you now start thinking, what do I need to do with this money? Where is it going? Meanwhile, you still continue another cycle of savings. So the next year or the next month, your saving doesn't have to be from January till December, mind you, so that you don't say it has to be 12. No, your January can start from September. You can even start from this August, from what you earn from the remaining of this August, you can start. So I want to save, is this 5,000? That means by the time it's 12 months, I will have saved 60,000. So when you save that 60,000, that's when you can be talking of, oh, I want to do this. I want to do, maybe there's an investment that you need to, maybe is not to go and buy clothes, not to do Asoebi. If you cannot afford Asoebi, there's no need to buy it. So once your saving has accumulated to a sizable sum, then you can now invest in a credible income generating venture. Credible ones, not the get rich quick ones, the ones that don't sound, I mean, that will promise you so much and in little time, and you're wasting money. Don't invest in a scheme of venture you do not know anything about. Most of us make that mistake. Somebody say, this one you will get $1,000, you now go and pack money and invest in it. That is why people remain poor. I mean, nonsensical or stupid or silly financial decisions is not everything that promises money that actually delivers money. Everything, not everything that promises money to you delivers money. So you've got to know what scheme you are investing in. If you don't know anything about it, get to know about it. Google it. Look for it on Nairaland. And you will see some of these schemes that we don't seem to know much about. People, others will have, maybe they've had experience with them and they will have posted on Nairaland. And you can get information, oh, this thing is a scam. This was somebody has done it and then they get something from it. Don't just jump into trouble with your whole hard saved money, hard earned money that you've saved for so long, you now fizzle it all away. Then you have to teach yourself. Don't expect somebody to teach you those investment principles. You have to teach yourself, learn about stocks, learn about bonds, learn about the different portfolios and options that there are. Read about them. Everything is available online. But you are learning not because you are ready to invest. You are learning to build up, because once the time is ready, you will have learned enough so that you are able to take an informed decision when you need to make your investment. So when you've built up that, you yourself, you see how you'll be feeling when you see your savings growing. It's not a time to now start saying, okay, I have ideas, let me go and do this. No, please. Very important. And then number 4, or principle 4, Clason says that the first sound principle of investment is security for the principal. When you are now investing that money, you must full profit by investing only where your principal is safe and you are free to cash out if you so desire. Okay, now you've saved 120,000 naira, and then you have an opportunity to invest the 120,000 naira. You see maybe an investment option that you would like to put your money in. Ensure that where you are putting it, if tomorrow you wake up and say, I don't want to do it again, you can pull out that whole 120,000. You can withdraw everything. Don't put your money in a scheme or in a venture or a portfolio that once it's there, you can't collect it again. gone. That's why it says that the first sound principle of investment is security for that principle is the amount you put inside. You must ensure that your principal is safe. Your 120,000 naira is safe. Nothing will tamper with it. Even if that investment did not work out, you only lose the fact that you put your money there for some time and you don't have it to do anything. You can still get your 120,000 naira back safely. That is the sound principle of investment. Security for the principal. The principal is the amount you put inside. The amount to put, that is the principal. Whatever it is, ensure that you're able to get it. And then you have to get advice from money experts or investment professionals. You don't have to know anyone. You can Google them, see them on Twitter, see them on the website, on Facebook, and follow them. Read what they share. Go to their website, subscribe to their feeds, get their newsletter. Let the experts be your mentor. You don't have to know anyone to learn from them. In these days of internet, of media, social media is not a place just to go and be getting entertained and be smiling and be doing cheapy stuff. It's a place to also improve yourself. It's a place to advance yourself. It's a place to enhance yourself. So use your time on social media in a productive and fruitful and edified manner. Don't just go there and be scrolling, looking at videos that don't have any value to you. Spend your time wisely. Time is money. And then don't be tempted by get rich quick schemes that promise so much for so little in a short time. They promise so much for so little that you are putting in a short time. Once you start to hear that, be careful. Be careful. And they will, because it's meant to deceive, they will sound so credible. That's why you should. Once it's your money, you've saved this money for so and so period of time, you should guard it. You say, play it safe. You must secure that money. Don't go and throw it into schemes that is, if you put this 120,000 naira, you will get 250,000 naira in 3 months. That's a lie. That's usually schemes, fraudulent schemes. Put 120,000 naira in 1 month, you get 250,000 in 3 months. It's a scheme. Investment doesn't work that way. It builds over time. Over time. Don't get tempted and throw all your money away to the quick schemes. Yeah, I know this may sound a bit far-fetched for some of us, but you should also ensure that you own your home. You own your home, own your abode, own your dwelling, no matter how small, no matter how humble. When you're not paying rent, it reduces your cost of living, reduces your expenditure. So that should be the ultimate aim of everyone. Ensure that you own your home. And with the way Lagos is fast developing and places, even Ogun State, properties keep opening up everywhere and all the estates and all that. You can actually subscribe to one and get. Nobody is too young to own a home. Nobody is too young. Nobody is too old. Nobody is too hopeless to own a home. If it's even 10,000 naira investment, and with all these estates, with the way they package the schemes, when you are talking to credible ones, with 10,000 naira, or a sunk fund of that, your 120,000 can be a good, what they call it, the commitment fee that you even start. And then maybe you are not paying, is it 10,000, is it 20,000 every month? And you know that there's something that you are working towards. But meanwhile, let's not get twisted about it. The 10,000, the 10% for savings must be different from the one you're now using for this investment scheme. So that means you are using the 70-30 rule. 10% savings, 10% charity. Ensure that you do charity. That's why I have to talk about my home. Ensure that you give. Don't just say, which one is too small? There's no amount that is too small that you cannot give You want to create that 10%. So that you are giving it in your church, in your mosque. I mean, or people, somebody has very genuine needs, you give them. And you will see, those are the ways you also insure your money. Some of us will see people with genuine needs who are suffering, and we have the money. No, this one is tight. I must go and put this one in the mosque. I must go and put this one there. I mean, God will not. You see, human beings that God will use to meet those things. So that we can disabuse our mind about some of these things that we are so, because we are so religious in Nigeria, really. So have that budget, that 10%. Me, that's what I do. Because I work budget. Once that 10, I just move that there's a particular account where I keep the money. If somebody comes to me and they are genuine, and I see that the need is genuine, if I have it, okay, I just transfer the money to the person and I move on with my life. If I don't have it, oh, sorry, I don't, and I won't feel bad about it because I know that if I have, I will really give. So you have to, and if there's no whatever, once there's a whatever, I have my church's account, I transfer the money to my church, period. So the point is, you have to disabuse, you have to liberate yourself from so many things that we use religion to just, but Africa, we are so, I mean, and it's something that we need to, you don't until you cry to somebody, no, you don't believe it until you cry enough or we disturb somebody enough, they will give us. No, you have to start thinking of how to generate your own so that you be the one giving. There will always be people who will always beg for money anyway. So do your research, talk to credible property experts who can help you with a property portfolio that is suitable for you. There are schemes in Ogun State, there are schemes if Lagos is too expensive, that you can deal with in this age of work from home. I mean, if that's where you can live, I mean, why not you get a job that allows you to be able to work from your home? So you just have to think creatively, because once you have a home to yourself, to your name, it reduces your cost. And when you save money, you're able to free up money to save, to invest, to spend, and then to also be able to give. That means you can give more from your 10%, you can save more, you can spend more. So that is one of the principles of starting from nothing. Then my thought, don't be afraid to start small. The only thing you should be terrified about is staying small. Don't ever be afraid to start small, but you should be very terrified of remaining small. Be very terrified of remaining small. But you know, we can start with 5,000, we can start with 2,000, we can start with 1,000. Just ensure that you are consistent with it. You are consistent with your savings. You are consistent with your whatever the investment option that you've chosen to do. Be consistent. Then principle 6, ensure your future. Ensure your future. I'm sure all of us have heard about insurance. You've got to ensure your future income. Ensure your future income is very important. And then not just your future income, provide in advance for the need of your family. For the need of your family, provide in advance for it. So that means for a man or a woman or the head of a family or the head of you have to subscribe to insurance. You say, this one is not enough. You have to subscribe to insurance. Because in case nobody plans to die, nobody plans to fall sick, nobody plans for anything evil to happen to them. Does anybody? But these are also sound financial principles, sound financial discipline, that you also have a life insurance, particularly for the men, or for those of us who have what's it called? Who have who are heads of family, heads of home, or the breadwinner. You've got to ensure your family in case nobody plans for it, but you have to provide in advance. If you are not there, they should not have to feel that pang financially. Let them feel you are not there physically, but not in a financial manner. And this is one of also the things that I also have to do upon reading this book. Before, I didn't have any life insurance, but after reading it, because I'm telling people to do it, I should be able to also do it. How to now even go for me subscribe for a life insurance to insure my life in case I know in the past how many 1 year or so I've done lots of traveling. So I have to also ensure that, okay, God forbid, I'm not that, I mean, my family is taken care of if I'm not around. So you've got to, I mean, these are sound financial, and if you talk to, there are many insurance scammers, but if you know very credible ones, why not subscribe? Maybe 5,000 every month. That's it from your 70% or your 80%. Have this starting small, and I think there are even some of them that have packages that, okay, if you don't make use of the policy, they will give you some amount at the end of the day. So that is it. So you still get something. So it's like you're saving there. So you can look at those options, the ones that, okay, it's not the money you put there, because Africa, we are so superstitious. God is the one that is protecting me. Is this, is that, and then we just let important things slip by. So ensure your life, ensure your future, ensure the future of your family, ensure the future of yourself when you won't be able to work through pension. So there are two ways to ensure your financial future. One is through insurance, life insurance that covers your family or your dependents. Then the second is pension, which is for yourself. So in case you retire, there's a time you cannot work again. Pension, that is what pension is meant for. Financial principles that are not so popular in our part of the world because of the way we are, because we are fire brigade kind of people, because we are people who don't plan for the future. We don't, Africans generally don't plan for the future. It's pathetic. That's why we always at the mercy of the wise. They will have even calculated our lives for us and all that. They'll be the one saying what will happen to Africa, to Nigeria, to this one and all that. So you've got to ensure not just your family, you also need to ensure yourself. You ensure yourself through pension. You ensure the provision of your family through insurance, life insurance. But your own self, it gets a time that you will be able to work again through pension. Very important. And there are policies that you can do for as low as 2,000. It's not, when will I get, it's even 2,000. You should just find the one that suits you and then subscribe for it. Don't let the way they sound, insurance, pension, don't let it scare you. For pension, you can open up a pension, whatever, for yourself, where you are saving money to, for your future. When you retire, when you get to a particular age, then you can be drawing from it. And the final principle, you've got to develop your capacity. You've got to enhance yourself. You have to consciously seek ways to develop yourself, to improve your capacity, to hone your skills, and enhance your chances to earn more. Enhance your chances to earn more. Earn more. You must be constantly on your toes, constantly being able to make more money by developing yourself. Jim Rohn says that what you get is a function of who you have become. Most of us, we focus on what we are going to get. What am I going to make? We don't look at who we are becoming. So you've got to improve your capacity. When you develop your capacity, you're able to earn more. The person who does not have a capacity to earn is key. And more beside is a bad customer for lenders and not a suitable candidate for investors. That's why you see, you go and ask people for money, they should come and lend you money. They ask, what are you doing? If somebody doesn't have a work and he wants to borrow money, how are you going to pay back? How? How are you going to pay back if you don't have money? So you see that there are times we go and talk to people and then we expect them to give us. And they just look at you, okay, I want to start this business, I want to start this trade, and I want you to, and they just look at how much do you have? I don't have anything yet. They won't give you because you've not shown enough commitment towards your own dream, and you want somebody to be the one to invest in your dream 100%. They won't give you. So those are things that we need to know about the way people. There's a way people that have money think that people that don't have money don't know anything about. You think it's my it's my parents, my daddy, my mommy, my brother, my sister, or my uncle, my pastor, the way people, if it's to give money, is different from if it's to invest money. People are looking for somebody who's credible, who will make the most of the money that's been given to them, who will not waste the money. So if you don't have the capacity to earn your keep, and they still have more besides, no lender will give you money, because why, if they give you, how will you pay back? And nobody will invest in you, because if they invest in you, I mean, you've not been able to show that you can multiply anything. Why should I invest in you? So those are things that we need to know. And as a man perfects himself in his vocation, so does his ability to earn increase. The more you develop yourself, be it a plumber, the more the plumber gets better at what he does and is more efficient, the more he's able to get more customers, the more work he's able to do, more people will be coming to him. It's not until you become, maybe you go to university, you go to polytechnic and all that. No, let's disabuse the mind about that. You have to develop capacity in your own work. Are you developing capacity? Are you developing capacity? The way you've been doing things, is that the way you're still doing it? If any of my teammates is there, that's one thing that I can't even think factor the fact that I do this thing this way yesterday. I can't do the same thing the same way for a whole year. It's not for even for like 6 months. No, I must look for ways to improve it. You have to have that kind of mindset, a mindset to improve your output, improve your input, improve your results. You can't be doing the same thing and they expect. Some of us, we want promotion for doing the same thing we've always done. We want increased salary for doing the same thing we've always done. I mean, who thinks like that? Children. The same thing I've been doing, I'm still doing it, and I expect my superiors to promote me. I expect them to increase my salary because I've been doing the same thing. You've got to improve yourself. You've got to do more. You've got to deliver more. You've got to add more value to what you are doing. Those are the wealth things that we need to know. So, and as the man perfects himself in his vocation, so does his ability to earn increase. Keen-minded people seek more skills so that they can better serve those upon whose patronage they depend. If you are a worker, you are working somewhere, you are drawing your pay forms, you've got to continue to improve on your skills in what you are doing. If you've been doing 7, you've got to be aiming for 10. You can't be doing the same thing and expect to be applauded all the time. It doesn't work that way. And if you have been doing, maybe you are doing the 10 in 1 hour, you have to go, ways to improve yourself so that you can do it maybe in 45 minutes. That is the way progressive-minded career people think. How can I do more? How can I do more in terms of number? How can I do more in less time? Or how can I do better? Make it finer, make it better, make it sweeter, make it more attractive. You can't just be doing the same thing over and over and expect life to applaud you. It doesn't work that way. If you applauded for producing 10 last month, don't be expected to be applauded for doing 10 again in next month. It doesn't work that way. You have to ensure that you improve your offering, improve your output, improve your input, improve everything you do. And that is the 7th principle. So in a nutshell, in summary, what we've said today is these 7 principles of financial, how to earn money, how to build wealth, how to accumulate resources. Firstly, you have to save. You have to save. You have to master the discipline of saving, no matter how small. Save at least 10%. Don't spend every money that comes to you. If what comes to you is 10,000 naira, forgive is even 5,000 naira, save 500. That's 10%. And ensure you don't spend it. Save 500 from 5,000. Save 250 from 2,500. Save 100 from 1,000. No matter how small it is, save it, don't spend it. So when you are spending, ensure that you leave that one behind. And then budget. Budget frees you up. It frees you up to be able to know, okay, where you can spend and where you can't spend, what you can afford to buy and what you can afford to buy. In fact, something funny, I remember something funny happened in my family. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. We went for vacation some weeks ago, and I mean, we've returned, and everybody was back to their normal lives, and so I think my last born 7-year-old, nobody told him to do. He was just writing. He was just writing about the experience. And no, he was not writing. No, I wrote. He wrote, "Oh, we went to this place. We went to that place. We saw this thing. We saw that one, and we did not exceed budget." So I didn't even know it was his elder siblings that read what he wrote. They now come and read it to me. Everybody just laughed because that is always talking budget. You can't afford to exceed budget, no matter what we are doing. I'm only looking at my budget. Hey, this is what I can afford to spend. I can't spend more than this because the other money has all that names to them. A 7-year-old knows that dad is always talking about budget. He said that, and we did not exceed budget. And he put that in his own whatever. So everybody just we started laughing. So you've got to master the discipline of budget. Most of us is because we don't even have that financial discipline of budgeting. That's why money keeps running away from us. Because it comes, it goes, because we are not able to put it down, give it a name, give it a reason, give it a purpose, give it a goal. So you have to be very budget conscious. Then you have to learn how to invest. Invest when you've accumulated your savings to a point. Look for credible ways to invest. Like I said, thankfully we had one of my former colleagues who actually is doing so well in cryptocurrency at the last session. I said, okay, if one of these series, we will invite him, maybe some other people to come and talk to us. So it's not just me alone talking about this road to wealth. People who are also experts can come and tell us, how do you invest in cryptocurrency, for instance? How do you do property? I'm already thinking maybe we'll have somebody also come and talk to us about property. Maybe what are the cheapest you can even do, and we can start maybe as low as maybe 20,000. And it may not be in your fancy place, but you get that. Once you get that and you're able to do for some fun, and then you move there, you can live there, sell it, and then you get something bigger that suits you or move closer to where you want. But the point is that invest in something. And then we'll discuss about playing it safe. Ensure that your principal, whatever you are investing in, is safe. And so that you can pull out your principal is safe. The mortgage, ensure that you own your home, own your house. Most of us, the money that we could have even used to build wealth, go to the landlord, goes to landlady and all that. Yeah, that's how the way most of us started life, including myself, but you don't have to end it that way. You don't have to end it that way. And this thing is by strategic thinking. Nobody is too young to own a property. Nobody is too young to own a property. They ensure your future through sound financial discipline. Subscribe to life insurance if you are head of a family or if you are a steady income earner, and then pension. By insurance helps you, helps your family, your loved ones who are dependent on you when you are gone, because they will give them a certain amount of money, much more than what you even put in. But for your own pension is when you are able to work again. But when you retire, you have that one you can be drawing from every single month. They give you a lump sum, and then they are not giving you some money every single month. Those are things that, and all of them are in Nigeria. Most of us don't know that, okay, these are ways we can actually ensure our future. They increase your capacity to learn more. Learn how to learn more, earn so that you can earn more. If you don't learn more, you can't earn more. Money always follows the person who knows how to, because most of us pay for ignorance. Most of the things we are paying for is because we don't know how to do them ourselves, or we don't have the capacity to do them. So increase your capacity, improve your skills, and you will position yourself to learn, to earn more. Because as you are learning more, you'll be able to earn more. That is our discussion for today. As we always say, we have a WhatsApp group where some of my quotes are dropped on a daily basis, and where we also share when we are having events. So if you are not here, this is the short link. You see the short link here, https:// bit.ly drivers. If you type this, it will take you to the WhatsApp group, and then you can join us there, and we'll be glad to have you join us for in that community, so that we can continue this conversation over there, as the case may be. You can also help us to drop it in the group, the chat, so that those of us who cannot, we can just type on it click on it directly, and it takes you there. So for the take home for the next 30 days, please, again, if you have not read The Richest Man in Babylon, go and read it. Go and get the book. It's available online. It's available online. You can get free version of it. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy. And if you even buy it, what is there in investing in? Because this we are talking about, most of us will want something for nothing. Life doesn't work that way. I can't afford to buy it. I can't see. No, you've got to go and look for it. Search it online, you will see it. The first one I had, that somebody gave it to me. When I started reading it, it didn't have, there are some pages that are missing. So I couldn't continue because I don't like, some pages were gone. So I had to drop it. So I had to now order my own copy. And then I started reading my own copy. The one I bought for myself. And I'm traveling. That book is always in my bag. It's one of my favorite travel companions, because you can't learn enough. You can't know enough about what it takes for us to get wealthy, to earn more, to become more. And then let's start putting into practice the 7 principles that we discussed today. At least the first 5. Maybe all of them. Why not? Why can't we do life insurance? Why can't we do life insurance and pension? If it as low as 2,000 naira, you can get a pension that will be suitable for you, because it's a long-term thing. It's not as if you must pay all the money now. You're paying it maybe 2,000 naira every month, and your insurance another 5,000. 2,500 goes to insurance, 2,500 goes to pension. It's something you are ensuring your future. God forbid, nobody prays for anybody. If it's even 4 months down the line that anything happens, the people that should get that money will get it, no matter how short you started. That is the beauty of it. Maybe after opportunity for 4 months, and then without missing, the person dies. That means the family of the person will get the money. If it's 200,000 naira, if it's 500,000 naira, they will get that money, because the person, is now dead, or the person becomes incapacitated and cannot work again. The person will still get what's supposed to get from the pension scheme or from the insurance scheme. So that is the way it works. It's a saving to your future. You are ensuring your future. So there's really none of them that we cannot do if we just discipline ourselves and then we commit to doing it. So that is the take home for us for the next 30 days. Please, let's try and subscribe to this, and then we'll meet again next month to discuss the next topic. Thanks for listening. Any question, please, from any of us? Questions, or contributions, additions, subtraction, protest. If you don't really agree with any of them, you can actually just state your mind. So, any question? I can see there are some comments here. Is that question? I haven't read or come across it. Oh, okay. Before Who's that? Okay, this is Mary Abi. Before the take home is something I do not, I do, but not for every income. Okay, oh, sorry, I was just seeing the messages now. Okay, if you don't want to talk, you can drop your messages in the chat box. But otherwise, I'll be willing to take questions and contributions from any of us who have something to say or to add. Questions. Okay. That means that okay. We've all been able to. I believe all of you have been able to pick something from this session today. I want to say thank you once again to everyone for coming for Thrive. This I think we have a new face in our midst. Abba Garba Mohammed. Thanks for joining us today. I think that is one new name I'm just seeing for the first time. The rest of us have been pretty much okay. I think yeah, we see. Okay, my younger sister is also joining us today. I mean, I think this is the first time you're of joining us. Okay, your first time, Abi?
No, sir.
Oh, it's not the first time. Okay, sorry, that's my younger sister. Slash base, I believe that's Benga. You slash base, is Shegun or Benga?
That's Shegun.
Okay. So that's another little Oladele in our news tonight. So thanks everybody for joining us. Abraham, nice having you around. We did see yesterday at the editorial meeting, government. Linus, thanks for being regular now, and there has always been, even while we're having it in physical form, Adibu as one of the veterans of Thrive sessions. So nice having you guys all around. Maxwell, thanks for joining, and Mary, thanks for inviting everybody to come today. Till next week, please let's pick our take home. Very important. I mean, we need to be able to, if we are really serious about building wealth, acquiring prosperity, we have to be very serious about and it's not just, I'm not working yet, I'm a student. Money is always coming to our hand. That's the truth. If it's 10,000, 1,000 naira, save 100 naira, and you will see how much you would acquire. See, I mean, and that's the thing with money. Once you start to build up, all that money will start coming. But if the account is empty, money will not come. It's strange. I mean, that's one of the, I learned it very early. I was like, what is going on? Once the account is in that minimum, whatever, money will not come to the account easily. It will come, but not as. But once there's money, you will see that more money will start coming to you. It will start coming to you, and that is one of the core misuse of money. So let's try and ensure that we don't spend everything that comes to us, and let's see where that takes us. So maybe next week or next month again, we'll also talk about how much we're able to save. I've already shared my own, so I won't share next time. So I will expect some of us to be able to share if you're able to save anything and how that makes you feel. So till then, come September, have a wonderful remainder of August, and see you guys next month. Bye. Over and out for now. Bye bye, everyone.